Oh, I know I look super beautiful right now. My hair is wet, I've just washed it. And usually when I do my makeup, I wear kind of like something I don't mind getting dirty, like the shirt. Because I'm always like wiping makeup brushes and stuff on it. But let's jump into this skincare routine. First, I usually moisturize my face, and I've already done that to save you guys the hassle of sitting there watching it, because I like to let my products like soak into my face before I start doing my makeup. So what I've used, and I use this every day for my morning and evening skincare, I use the Cause RX, I think I'm saying that right, Advanced Snail Mucin. It's very good. I'm also using the First Aid Ultra Repair Cream as like a moisturizer all over my face and my neck region and décolletage. And then I will use, obviously, a chapstick, and I use the EOS Advanced Repair. You can literally get this at Walmart for $6. It is my favorite. It's for extra dry lips. It's wonderful. So after I've done all of that, it's time to really get this skin prepped for some makeup. And right now for primer, I'm using the Power Grip Primer by e.l.f. It's really nice and sticky once it sets, which makes it hold on to product really well. I love it so much. It is incredible. I just put that all over my face. Alright, so we will let that set, and while that sets, I will go ahead and use some eye primer. I have all of my stuff sitting over here, so I'm going to be like rumbling through it. I also have a mirror right here that I will be looking at to do my my makeup. So, because I don't want to like be trying to do it while looking at the camera and then like looking at myself in kind of the viewfinder. So, let me find my eye primer. Okay, so with this, I just put it all over my eyelid. I like to do the bottom of my eye too. I know some people might not do that, but I do. And I like to put copious amounts of eye primer on because I'm going to be wearing this all day long. Also, I apologize for the acne on my face right now. We're really having a great skincare moment. But then I just kind of bounce that eyeshadow primer into my eyeball. And you want to make sure it's not like crinkly under your eyes, because I feel like when primer is like bunched up under your eyes, it just makes your whole makeup look just not last, and it looks awful. So just make sure you really get up under your eyes. And my skin is super dry right now, so my eyes are like really crinkly and dirty and crusty and dusty and musty. Love that. But that is the first step of this makeup routine. Next, we will start with the eye makeup. So I'm going to be showing you a very easy look to do. You only need 3 brushes. Wow, love that. I just learned how to do this eye look and I've been doing it a lot. It's super simple. I love it. So nice. Okay, so what you do is, for eyeshadow, I'm using the Jeffree Star Morphe palette. You can use like any palette that's got a black eyeshadow in it, or even just a single black eyeshadow. But you're gonna take a kind of square brush, just anything that's kind of square and flat will work, and you're gonna dip into that black eyeshadow, and you're just gonna start to do like a wing. You're just gonna draw it out. And I like to do my makeup before I do the rest of my face because I'm really super messy when it gets to my eyes. I make a mess. I use a lot of Q-tips. It's really disgusting. You'll see why. But yeah, I'm really messy and I just get it everywhere. So just draw a little line however you want that to look. And then you will take a kind of, it's not really a fluffy brush, it's more of a dense brush, but it's small, and I'm really bad at explaining things, but you'll just go in and start to blend that out. Just blend it all over the eyelid. Wow, I am slouching the most right now, sorry guys. You don't want to stray too far above your crease with this look though, because that is not what we're trying to do. And you don't want to pull it towards like your inner corner too much. You want to kind of leave that blank and just kind of have a nice ombre effect. And you're wanting to kind of create a wing here, so I take a Q-tip. Don't judge me, I'm literally disgusting, but I'll do that and I'll clean it up and get whatever shape that I want to work with. And I tend to like to pull my eyeshadow down on my lower lash line. I feel like that helps me create the shape of my wing better, because I have really hooded eyes, and when I open them you can't really see. If I do a wing like some girls do in makeup tutorials, you can't really see where my wing is at, and it kind of just looks like a mess. So what I do is I'll go ahead and pull that down on the lower lash line, not like all the way across. You want to not do that, just about halfway, or not even that. So I'll do that. And you really want to build up this color on the outer part of your wing, so I'll put some black back in there. And I kind of like to fill in a little bit, like where my wing is gonna be. And I kind of start to create that shape. I will use a lot of Q-tips because I'm absolutely a revolting human being, but it works. Also, yes, I'm checking myself out in the, I'm filming this on my webcam, so my computer's kind of my viewfinder right now, and I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh yeah, I need to see how this looks. But yeah, you just want to kind of build up your wing and blend it across your eyelid. And I like a messy eye look, so this doesn't have to be perfect. The messier the better, in my personal opinion. And I feel like it's super important to blend as much as you can. Also, when I get ready to do my bottom lashes, I will take a fluffier brush. This is a Morphe brush. I don't know what kind it is. But I will take a nice big fluffy brush and just go under my lower lash line and kind of diffuse that black liner I put down there. And then I will wipe this brush off on my shirt because I'm a heathen. And you just work with this until it gets to a place where you think it looks good. Alright, now it's time for my favorite part. So, I am going into the 9W Smoke & Shadow palette by Morphe. This one's kind of hard to open, so give me just a second. And I'm going in, wow, I didn't mean for that to fall. I'm going in with this nice shimmery silver and this nice like rose gold glitter. And I will take that on this kind of dense brush that you've wiped off thoroughly so it doesn't have any black on it. I dip into both of these. Just get a lot on your brush, and then I'll go in and pack it on my eyelid right here. And the amount of glitter you build up here is absolutely based on personal preference. I like a nice sparkly eye sometimes, so I'm going in with a lot. Now, your glitter might overpower where you've put the black, so if you need to go in and touch up a little bit, I recommend that. That's what I do. I just put some down. I'll put some down and I'll blend it out. And in the end, you should have something like this. I'm gonna go do the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. So once the eyes are done, it's time to move on to the rest of my face. I will say this, with your eyes, as long as they're sisters, you're good. Twins is hard to do. I personally can't do that, and we don't really want distant cousins here. We want sisters. So as long as they look similar, you're good. Now onto the face. I have used this foundation as long as I've been doing makeup in my adult life, and it's my tried and true. I love it. I don't stray from it. It's a staple in my makeup routine, and it is the Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Foundation. I use shade 115, but in the winter time I use 110, and I give it a good shake up because it's been sitting on my counter. And I will grab a trusty beauty sponge. I don't use a beauty blender. I use the knockoff brand from Amazon. They work just as good, if not better. And I'll pour some on the sponge. I gotta lift this. I got baby hairs everywhere. And I will splot this all over my face and neck. I have also moved my mirror here. That way I am not looking too far away from the camera and I'm not like scrunched over in the corner. I didn't think about that before I started filming, but here we are. So I'll just do this and I will blend it all in. It is also super important to get up under your eyes with this foundation, especially for me because I have really dark circles under my eyes, so I really like to make sure I get up under there. Once that's done and we're good and blended, I do concealer. I am a Maybelline Fit Me Girl. I use shades 10 and 5 in the concealer. I use 10 for any acne and I use 5 under my eyes and on my nose. after everything is blended and looks okay, I like to use a setting powder to set the face. I use the Coty Airspun in Naturally Neutral. I love this, and I'm a powder girl, so I powder my whole entire face as much as humanly possible. It sometimes looks a little cakey, but I really don't care. First, I like to go ahead and kind of semi-bake the under eyes. I don't let this sit here very long, but I do like to set my under eye so that it is not so crusty and creasy. And then I will do the rest of my face, and I will get powder literally everywhere. My favorite part. I love powder. I really like to try to get my neck as good as possible too, because it'll get on my clothes if I have kind of wet foundation on my face or on my neck. So after my face is set, I like to contour. I'm very, very, very bad at contouring. I've not done it very long, and I really don't know anything about it. No matter how many tutorials I watch, I'm still really bad at it, so we're gonna contour. I like to use the Wet n Wild contouring palette. This is probably the most basic thing you could get for this, or it's probably the wrong thing, I don't know. I'm not a makeup artist. But what I do is I take a contouring brush I got from Morphe many years ago, and I dip into this dark shade, and I just go like here on my cheekbone. I don't try to drag it all the way down. I just put the color here, and I'll put some here and under my jaw. And after that, I will take my brush and I will wipe it off. You know how we do around here. I've got the powder all over me. That is typically how it goes when I do my makeup. I'm really, really messy. So after I do that, my brush is clean. I'll go in and blend this out a little. And sometimes I think that's a little intense, so I'll take my powder brush and I'll just go over it again. Like I said, I'm a novice to contouring and I'm pretty bad at it. But next I'll try to do my nose. I use two different brushes to contour my nose. I use a kind of almost steep pointy brush and a little bit of a fluffy brush like my eyeshadow brush. And what I'll do is with the pointy brush I go into the same dark brown shade and I'll just outline my nose. My nose bone is kind of a little crooked, so this doesn't always go well for me. Okay, now that you got that and that looks terrible, you take your other brush and blend it out. And that's still a little too intense for me, so I'll take my powder brush and go over it. Okay, after that's looking a little snatched, I like to go back into my Jeffree Star Orchid palette. Let me open her back up. And I like to dip into this kind of brown shade right here. And, oh, my nose is itching, sorry. I like to put this on my nose, because I see a lot of TikTok girls doing cute reddish brownish noses. So I like doing that. I think it's cute. I'm not very good at it, but I try. I like to put a little bit of this on my cheeks too, but I'll wipe my brush off and I will blend it out. And if that is too intense, I will go back in with my powder brush and blend it out. Okay, in the next step of this tutorial, we will do some lashes and eyebrows. So when I'm doing my mascara, I like to do it in stages. I like to do mini coats. That way I get a nice lifted spidery eyelash effect. I typically don't like wearing false lashes. They really irritate my eyes and make them itch. So I usually just try to find a really good mascara and layer it on. So I use the Essence Lash Princess in the green. I love it a lot. And I'm just gonna put some of that on my eyelashes. Also, I get super intense and close to the mirror when I'm doing my lashes because I want it to be as close to the lash line as possible without banging it or getting it in my eye. So if I'm like really super focused, that's why. So once you've got your first set done, I will immediately go in and put on a second coat of mascara. Next, I like to do brows. I like to use a pomade on my brows, but also a powder. I do this because I have sparse little hairs right here and they stick straight up instead of going to like the natural curve of my brow. I like to use the Rimmel Brow This Way. I've had this for a very long time. It's been well loved. It's the only one I use and it's very hard to find. I usually can get it on Amazon though. And I will take a double-sided brush, one side with a spoolie and one with a nice angled brush, and I will just comb through my brows and I will put this brown pomade on my brows and then we'll go into powder. So once I've got the pomade laid down on my brows, I will take a different double-sided brush, one with an angled and one with kind of a fluffy side. You can use whatever you have though. I'll dip into the powder. Now I like mixing this brown Rimmel powder with some black eyeshadow. I just use the one from my Jeffree Star palette. Now if you get to this part and your eyebrows are not looking how you want them to, say it with me, we'll grab a Q-tip. Now I like to use the same philosophy for my eyebrows as I do my eyeshadow. As long as they're sisters, they're fine. Aiming for twins is nice, but kind of unrealistic. So I do sisters for my eyebrows too. And once I've got them on there, I'll take the fluffy end of this brush and just kind of brush away any loose powder that might be left in there. I sometimes have a hard time right here under my eyebrow because the hairs are really sparse just right here in this one spot, so it kind of looks like I have a bald spot. So I go in and fandangle with it a lot to try to fix it. Okay. After your eyebrows are done, I like to go in with yet another layer of mascara. This will be my last layer of mascara, but I feel like doing your eyebrows before you go in with your second coat of or your third coat of mascara gives the mascara time to dry and get tacky. That way when you go back through, it's really going to give you that lift. Alright, so there's my final coat of mascara. The last step in my makeup routine is doing my lipstick. So, I totally just lied to you. Lips is my final step, but I forgot that we haven't done highlight yet, and I'm not myself without highlight. So, what I do is, I'm using the Fenty Diamond Balm highlighter. I've had this for forever. It's really old and probably really nasty, and I probably need to throw it away, but it still works. So I take a kind of really, well, it's not big, it's a medium size highlighting brush. I just go along my high cheekbone and just put that on. I really like to pack it into the skin as much as possible. I would honestly bathe in this stuff if I could. So, after we've highlighted the cheeks, I like to take a smaller brush and hit the nose. And I really like the tip of my nose to be super shiny, so I will pack it on there. we'll do the Cupid's bow. And the chin. And if you're feeling real frisky, you can do the inner corners of your eyes, which I always do. Now, if I put my highlight on and I feel like it's not as intense as I would like it to be, we just take a clean finger, run it in there, and pat it on the places where I want it to be more highlighted. As you can tell, I like a lot of highlighter. It's literally my jam. I love it. But next, we'll move on to lips. So I know we applied some lip gloss at the beginning of this video, but I like to put a little bit more on before I put on a matte, like a matte liquid lip. So. You don't need a lot, but I like to make sure it's really nicely rubbed into my lips. That way they have a barrier and can stay more moisturized as I wear liquid lipstick through the day. And my lipstick of choice today is a Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lip in Weirdo. This is my favorite black. I wear it so often. This is my favorite black lipstick that I've tried, and it stays pretty good, except when I'm eating, because I'm a sloppy eater. But anyway, I'm gonna put this on. So as you can probably tell, I am a perfectionist about my lipstick. It has to look exactly the way I want it to. I will sit here and mess with it for like 15 minutes, no joke, if it doesn't look how I want it to. But this is the final makeup look. Let me go dry my hair and fix it and throw on a different outfit, and I will show you the completed bean look.